Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Sewing for Sorcerers. My name is Andrew Watt, and I want to thank my Patreon supporters for helping make this series a reality. Let's talk a little bit about how to prep fabric for a project, because this is not something that a lot of people are familiar with, and it's an important part of getting quality results. The first thing, of course, is you have to have quality sources of fabric. I use this store, which is called fabrics-store.com, for getting materials like linen. Their website is fabricsstore.com, and I've just gotten a new collection of linen from them for making some altar cloths for people that are interested in doing planetary work. So I have two different purples. This is sort of a pale lilac-y purple. This is much more of a grape purple. And these are the colors that I tend to use for the moon. We've got a really bright, vivid green for Venus, a yellow for the sun, a red for Mars, a dark blue for Jupiter, and a black for Mars. And then over here, I have an orange for Mercury. And I have several clients that are interested in getting one of these altar cloths specifically for Mercury. Now, what I have done, which should be visible here, is I have sewn along the edge with a zigzag stitch. Why have I done that? I have done that because linen likes to unravel. And before I do anything else with this fabric, I have to wash it, as I have to wash all of these others. So the first thing that I do is I will take it over to my machine and I will zigzag stitch both sides of each of these pieces. And then I will wash darks with darks, lights with lights. And linen has the advantage that it's pretty color fast overall. But I will wash the dark blue, the black, and probably the purple. These three will be a load all by themselves. And then the red, the yellow, the orange, and the green will get washed together. And then I'll have to decide what to do about the wisteria color, the lilac color. And then I will wash the white separately from everything else, because I don't want any extra dye from these to bleed into my whites. Why must I do this? First of all is sizing. Modern fabric usually has a starchy substance called sizing, which is added to the dye is added to the cloth when they make the cloth. And the second part of that is that the purpose of the sizing is to help keep the fabric flat and stabilized while it is being printed. So it gets into the spaces between the fibers. They print the design onto the fabric, but some of the dye winds up in the sizing. And so you have to wash fabric beforehand in order to get the sizing out and to get rid of the extra dye. The second thing is that fibers are kept very, very dry during the weaving process so that they don't change size too much. And you need to wash them afterwards in order to sort of help the fibers expand to the right size. The third reason is that after it's been washed, this is specifically true of linen. Linen needs to be ironed while it is wet. You can put linen through the dryer, but it's better to dry it out by lightly ironing it immediately after it comes out of the dryer, and then you have a nice, flat, stable surface for doing all of the other work that you want to do. So I have a big task ahead of me. The first thing I have to do is I have to sew all of the edges so that the fabric doesn't unravel. Then I have to wash all of the individual pieces of fabric together, or in 2 lots or even 3, dark colors, light colors, and whites. And that's part of the reason why I frequently will order a large quantity of white fabric all at once, because it does have to be washed separately. And then I will iron all of that fabric, and then I will ship it out. So that gives you a little bit of the sense of the process that's involved in making anything out of linen. We'll talk about cotton operations in a different video, but linen, as I've said in other videos for Sorcerers, is really a nice fabric because it has insulative properties for those who are using it, and in magical context. So I hope that helps, and we'll do more of these videos if people are interested. Thanks for watching. Bye.